I've heard it said that I'm a failure, a dropout, a waste of space and time. They say I couldn't cut it, that I wasn't smart enough, determined enough, tough enough to go through traditional school. I've heard them use the term alternative, with superior tipped chins and side-staring eyes. Alternative. They say the word as though it is a debilitating diagnosis. They say it as though this country, this society, hasn't been one giant personification of alternatives. When our founders were discontent being denied freedom, our country became an alternative. When shackles and chains couldn't contain the cry for freedom, abolition became an alternative. When the sight of the skies inspired minds to defy the pull of gravity, flight became an alternative. Each oppression, each doubt, each limit, each hopeless way out is a fuel for the fire of our hearts to find another path, an alternative. When did we forget this asset called ingenuity? This hope harnessed by those who would fight, sweat, and bleed just to achieve something new. But they were right about one thing. I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit and stare. Some of my teachers filled the air with hour-long lectures. I couldn't sit as they insisted they cared, despite barely knowing my name or changing the way they framed their lessons. Dozens of diverse minds confined to the same space and time, and they wonder why we don't all stay to play that game of school. Yes, I am a student of alternative education, and I refuse to look at my situation as a lesser state. I choose to view my circumstances as chances to change minds that continually try to define me as a drag of society. I am an alternative. I am the definition of grit because I didn't quit no matter how many times I was hit by adversity, no matter how many times I was told I didn't belong, no matter how many times they closed the door on me. I am an alternative. I will never settle for a status quo that holds grades as though they are the goal of learning. I will never settle for education that sees me as an empty vessel rather than the engine of my own ship. I will never settle for the word failure, not as a stamp on a transcript, not as an abuse used to define me, not as an option for my future. When doors close, I will break down walls. When life seems out of options, I will create my own. When existing methods don't reach me, I will teach myself. I will persevere. I will survive the struggle. I will rise from the ashes of a scorched past, so bright and bold you will barely know me. I will defy my past, empower my present, and define my future because I am an alternative. I won't settle. I won't rest. I won't quit. I am an alternative.